to where they are in their live game. And let's see, Leonidas at the moment with a slight advantage in points, but that's obviously usually the case. But Hippie with a lot of movement in the south. Maybe not quite enough AA there though. Helicopters a bit frustrating. 1Me24 goes down. SU25 trying to get through, not quite making it. And Hippie coming in with more gazelles, gets the SU25 there. That is big, as we have more Hell-Arm helicopters coming in from the rear. Oh, some sneaky SPGs. What can Leonidas do here?
I mean,
no.
It's looking difficult, I would say, for Leonidas. I've just noticed that while we are sort of focused on this combat at the bottom, Hippie's actually progressing his units out the top of the map as well and moving across and keeping up the pressure there, which will obviously mean Leonidas needs to spread some of his cash over that way.
Yeah, HSF moving forward. SPG-9s moving around in the north as well. We see a lot of Gazelle rockets coming up. Hitting the Motorrad Redguns there. Motorrad Redguns getting killed. Hippie's own armored rifles. That's a classic Hippie sacrifice there. Armored rifles getting murdered by the own Gazelle rockets as well. Saxon CP moving forward. Will get in there. Will give Hippie a +2. Conquerors. Ooh. Might snipe it immediately. Yes, gets the snipe immediately. That's really fantastic here. For Leonidas. BMD though might get sniped by the warrior in return. Both sides not finding any kill there. Alarms moving around. There's a Nikki Medis. Quite fantastic nowadays. And a lot of ATGMs flying there. The Milan is the one that hits though. As the Dejaniki and the BMP one both missed.
Hippie with some reinforcements coming in at the back there, some more infantry, and those Saxons pushing up. Saxons make good cannon fodder for the Metis launches, if nothing else.
Ooh, the SAS hitting the Me-24K here quite nicely from the get-go. SAS coming in hot there, getting the kill. Immediately conquers, shooting in the north. SAS pushing forward in quite big numbers. Saxons there trying to push forward as well. And yeah, that chopper was really dead. Iglas coming up as well. Saxon going down. Once we have a T-64 BVK coming up in the rear.
There's a lot pushing in here for Hippie, though. He's determined to take this point, and the SAS doing a fantastic job at the moment, with some support from those armed rifles down at the bottom in the forest area. Because the rockets waiting for a rearm.
Rover Milans coming around. Dejanika Iglas have to retreat a bit. Dejanika Medis fighting in the center, deterring the enemy in the center quite nicely. T-64 BVKs can be pretty scary here. So yeah, will for sure capture the south as well. Hippie a bit behind Leonidas still in points. But obviously with still 31 minutes remaining, that is not the important part here.
Leonidas hanging on in there with those infantry, but making use of mortars from Hippie side up in the center. Not a huge amount of movement at the moment. Slow, but sure progress by Hippie as he moves units around. And those HSF at the top did get right between Leonidas's units, interesting.
Yeah, Dejaniki Medis moving around as well. We see the Tempella in the south engaging Saxon CP moving around here now as well. T-64 BVK hitting the Saxon, getting a kill there. That is nice. T-64 BVK has to disengage there a bit. As an ATGM is flying in. Ooh. Will find the hit. Will find the hit, the Halam there. So that's pretty brutal.
That was nasty shot, and I think that was a side shot as well because the tank was slightly turned. So
yes, that's why it took it down to 2 hit points. T-64 BVK now pretty low. Next second Saxon CP, the HSF, the old man's army finally cleared out that ATGM over there. So British power here pushing forward. And yeah, a Hippie that can play British divisions sounds like a pretty scary Hippie to me.
Yeah, I mean, when British divisions are playable and, you know, are actually not too bad on the tier list, then yeah, Hippie is going to be a nasty piece of work. Obviously, see that smoke going in on that Tampella, and here we go, chopper engaging on those HSF from the top here. A little bit further away from the SAS on this occasion, at least, but it may get a little too close sooner or later.
Yeah,
He's pushing in.
MiG-25 seat coming around, but that is not of much use in this situation. The British not believing in radar. The British still playing Space Invaders with their weapons. They have to direct every missile directly home.
Well, as proven there, the SAS just annihilated that jet, so it's working fine.
Well, I mean, that was American technology at the works, so that's why it worked. But yeah, we have the mortars here in the rear firing. There's Oniki Medis moving forward. Alarm coming in from the sideline, trying to hit the Strela. Ooh, will not quite hit it, but will stun it down as, yeah, ATGM stress has been increased by a lot. Mi-24 VAA sitting there in the rear. And yeah, the SAS really getting into it, the kill. MiG-29 will find the Hell Arm there, going down. Good kill, but the MiG-29 did bite the dust as well, so in the end, not really worthwhile here.
Some expensive losses when you're dropping planes quite as rapidly as that, and also the helicopters as well, taking quite a beating from Leonidas' side. And Hippie just hanging on in there, smoked command vehicle, keeping it nice and safe.
Challenger coming up, M48 rolling forward as well. And yeah, that combined arms is looking strong, and it's also more looking combined arms than usual Hippie play, which is lovely to see. Feels like a level up in the playstyle of our left side player. Like, Leonidas is not playing a bad game here, but Hippie is looking really strong, even stronger than Hippie usually does in my eyes.
Yeah, no, I think I'd agree with that. I mean, this style of play, proper combined arms, and it seems to have been the way that this patch has pushed things now. You're having to use everything at your disposal, not just a mass spam of tanks. And I think, you know, this is looking a lot nicer for these tournaments.
Yeah, and I also know that there have been doubters that Hippie can play combined arms, because he is obviously known for cheese and spamming one unit and pressing that button non-stop. But this is looking solid here. Over Milan's having even a Challenger out here. Engine damaged on it. He has to smoke it off. Get the hell out of there. Push in the middle with Milan rifles and so on coming forward. HSF is pushing in there as well. We have some Saxons behind it. Yes. Ooh, another swarm of airmobile rushing to the front here. And there's no AA over there for the 35th Air Assault. Leonidas under heavy assault here in the center.
Some really rapid response aeromobiles coming in here to assist with Hippie's push. I mean, I think they're going to land, and I think Leonidas is in some serious trouble in the center.
Yes, even with the range nerf, they should be getting within shot distance on that T-64 quite easily. Obviously, the CV going down there immediately, most likely. And T-64 finding some good stress damage there, but these two other airmobile squadrons also now pushing its way. Hell Arm coming in, and there we go. Lore 80 finds the hit as the Hell Arm tried to come in, and here we go with the game, it seems. Yeah, GGVP, Hippie does win his first round match as well. And as I said, like, pretty good combined arms here by Leonidas. Leonidas for sure not playing badly, but Hippie looked even strong compared to usual Hippie's play. Like, this was fantastic gaming here, and absolutely deserved victory as well. And yeah, nice 2-1 KD once more in this game as well. So Hippie
Fantastic.
will be another one of our advancing players. And yeah, let's see around.
Absolutely fantastic game again. Hippie really showing he is more than capable, as you say, of doing combined arms and not just memes. Leonidas obviously getting on the receiving end of all of those SAS, which I think just did an outstanding job that game.
And yeah, we will have an interview with Hippie himself here in a second. And then we can talk with him himself about this play. Hello there, Mr. Hippie. How are you doing?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
Yeah, GG to my opponent. I think I don't know if you guys have been discussing it because obviously I was playing, but I think the new meta is about getting cheap, spongy infantry units such as the HSF and the Air Mobile Gun Group, and using those to absorb the enemy's bullets while everybody else does the killing. So I think you saw that there with me just running HSF at him. The zombie horde, you know.
I mean, the old dead horde.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Dad's army has been sent in free.
Dad's army moving forward, slinging one bad joke after another at the opponent.
Yeah.
And yeah, we also saw a lot of usage of tanks and so on. More than usual out of your play. So it seems like you adapted a bit more into a combined arms player than we expected.
Yeah, I can't just run air mobiles directly on top of people anymore. Although you saw I tried it at the end because he didn't have any AA. But with the buffs to AA, I can't just cheese my way to victory anymore. So I have to play properly. Derek's slowly turning me into a upstanding citizen.
Well, he gave you something in return, I guess, with making second UK an actually viable division, or maybe even one of the top tier divisions at the moment.
Yeah, I truly believe that second UK is a meta division now, and I think going into the tournament, I think this is a great time for the tournament. Everybody comes into these tournaments with their own ideas, and we fight to see whose ideas are right, basically. So hopefully, we see more second UK going forwards.
Yeah, I also found it quite interesting that you were so bold as to push out your team tier list today before the tournament and not wait till after the tournament. But yeah, let's see how that will play out and how your ideas will hold up there.
Yeah, thank you, and thank you for your time, and thank you for putting the tournament on.
Yeah, it is a pleasure. Thanks for playing. And yep, Bandana, do you have any questions left?
I don't think so. I just very impressed that, as you say, the second infantry is doing very well, and with your combined arms push there, Hippie, that was a step above.
Step above my normal play, yeah. So I thought 35Y he'll push somewhere, and I saw him attacking me at the beginning in the middle with Desantniki Metis and Spetsnaz, and I thought, well, assumed he was going to attack into the big town. That's why all the SAS was there, and the Saxon transport does not auto sell. So I thought, well, I've got the transports, I've got the men. Sent one in to make sure it doesn't get blown up, and it didn't. There was nobody down there, so I sent the rest in, and yes, sadly for my opponent, he was on the back foot ever since that happened, basically.
Yeah, no, very well played. You did really good job, and those SAS really, really performing well against the aircraft.
Yeah, once the SAS set up in a forward sector, you just cannot buy air to deal with that. There's just too many stingers, and they can defend themselves unlike normal stinger teams. So I think I think the price is reasonable, but the change to 3 per card and 2 cards leads to an interesting dynamic. So you have to keep the SAS alive, but you have more of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which sounds quite interesting. For sure, one of the good changes there as well. In general, a lot of interesting availability changes. Not all of them good, but all of them interesting in this patch, in my eyes. And yeah, we're gonna see how that will work out for you, and if your opponents in the future rounds will ban your second UK, and what you will play
Yeah.
on. So yeah, thanks for joining us here, Hippie. Best of luck in the rest of the tournament. I
Yep,
hope
thank you.
we'll see you again here. And yeah.
All right, see you around. Thanks.
So yeah, this leaves us with another game of the first round